Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Patiye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 12 of Yuddha Kanda. In the previous chapter, we saw Ravana calling in for an assembly, which is quite natural because by this time Ravana knew that whatever he had made was really a mistake. He is on the wrong side because Vibhishana had convincingly told him that he had fell himself on the wrong side by brushing himself onto the wrong side because there is nothing wrong on the side of Rama and Lakshmana who were simply supporting themselves and Sita either in mutilating Shurpanaka or in killing Tara and his 14,000 demons who are driven against Rama. And then he shouldn't have go there. And in the absence of Rama and Lakshmana, he actually abjected Sita like a thief and like a coward. So naturally, he is on the wrong side. So he is convinced of that. But the greater fear for him is the Vibhishana's position. In fact, for a demons or titans, kidnapping someone's wife and enjoying with them was such a natural thing for them. It is not just in terms of women, even in terms of various other aspects. They have that habit of snatching the things from the others and enjoying that, and it was now they had absolutely no knowledge regarding the dharma or adharma. They had no scriptural knowledge, and because of their ignorance they kept on doing whatever is pleasureful for their own senses. However, now that Vibhishana has posed the opposition, Ravana certainly is feared that there may be some more people who keep supporting Vibhishana, and that would lead to a vertical divide in the administration of Lanka. So he wanted to take another brother of him, that is Kumbhakarna, and other people into his confidence. Then Ravana, the conqueror of hostile armies, let his gaze wander over the assembly and addressing himself to the general of his forces, Prahasta, he said, O general, it is for you who are conversant with the four branches of strategy to dispose of your forces in the way that the defense of the city demands. Thereupon Prahasta, alert to his sovereign's behests and eager to carry them out, distributed the whole of his troops within and without the fortress, and having disposed of his entire army in the city's defense, he returned to his seat in front of the king and said, O mighty lord, I have stationed your forces within and without the city. Now accomplish that which you have resolved to do speedily and without anxiety. It is quite natural when the monarch is expecting some dissident happening within his ranks that he first try to defend his city, defend his position, because he cannot trust anyone in the assembly. Lest the least that he could is his own brother Vibhishana, who has revolted against him, considering Ravana to be an adharmic person, someone who is doing the wrong things. At these words of Prahasta, that monarch who aspired to happiness and who was devoted to the public welfare, expressed himself thus amid his followers. Should duty, pleasure, or self interest endanger whatever is pleasant or unpleasant, whether it be in prosperity or adversity, gain or loss, whether useful or disadvantageous, you are bound to point it out. No undertaking of mine that I have engaged in with you, reinforced by the recitation of sacred formulas, has ever proved fruitless. Because in the past, he achieved success in everything that he ventured out with the same people. As the Maruts, the moons, the stars, and the planets follow in Vasava's wake, you so do you all follow me in a splendid procession, assuring me of victory. In truth, I intended to mobilize you all, but on account of Kumbhakarna being asleep, because Kumbhakarna used to sleep for 6 months and used to wake up for a couple of days and again used to go to sleep. And this is one such time when Kumbhakarna is woken up before he go into another long sleep. I have not pressed this matter because Kumbhakarna was sleeping all this time. After sleeping for 6 months, the foremost of those bearing arms has just risen. As regards the beloved consort of Rama, the daughter of Janaka, I brought her here from the solitudes of the Dandaka forest, which is frequented by Titans. That princess of languid pace does not wish to share my bed, though in the three worlds I see none to compare with her. Slender waisted, with well developed hips, her countenance resembling the autumnal moon, he is like an image made of gold created by Maya. Her palms are rosy, her feet are delicate and well set, her nails coppery, and seeing her, I am overcome with desire. Shining like the flame of the sacrificial fire, she rivals the brightness of the sun. Her face, with its arched nose, is flawless and fair, her eyes beautiful. On beholding her, I am no longer master of myself and become the slave of love. Torn between anger and delight, this passion has proved my undoing, cause of ruin, and the external source of pain and suffering. In anticipation of the advent of our Lord Rama, that lovely large eyed lady has solicited a year's grace of me, and I have looked with favor on the request of that one of tender glances, but like unto a spent steed on the highway, I am weary of the pricks of passion. How will those inhabitants of the woods cross the impossible ocean with the innumerable monsters that inhabit it? And how can those two sons of Dasharatha traverse it? The outcome of this enterprise is impossible to predict. Say what you think in this matter. A mere man causes no apprehension, yet ponder on it carefully. So first Ravana plainly, openly accepted his lust towards Sita and told everybody that he cannot live without her and there is no chance of returning her back to Rama at all. And Rama, with his entire army of Vanaras, is waiting on the other side of the shore, and the possibility of crossing the ocean is also dim. And even if they cross the ocean and if they reach Lanka, the possibility of them winning the fight is also very dim. At a rightful king can never ignore any such wars. So he wants suggestion regarding how he could retain Sita and at the same time defeat Rama. So the decision of Ravana is fixed. He is not calling for any brainstorming here. He is simply calling the people for a meeting where they need to give the advice how Ravana can retain Sita and yet can defeat Rama and I most probably can kill him. Formerly, in the war between gods and titans, thanks to your support, I was victorious and you are still ready to stand by me. That means now he is having a doubt. Some of them may not stand by his side because at that time, while he was fighting with the gods, including Vibhishana, everybody stood by the side of him. Fighting with some other king or fighting with gods or the asuras is all quite natural in the Kshatriya clan with the intention of expanding their country and expanding their borders and expanding their power. Whereas this time, Ravana is on the wrong side. Having ascertained where Sita is, those two princes, preceded by the monkeys with Sugriva at their head, have reached the shores of the sea. It is not for us to return Sita, but to destroy the two sons of Dasharatha. Therefore, deliberate on this and adopt a judicious line of conduct. Thereby, by expressing this, he completely cuts off the advice given by Vibhishana, who insisted on him to return Sita. So he is clearly telling everybody there is no question of returning Sita here, but instead the question is to how they can destroy Rama and Lakshmana. In truth, I know none in the world who can overcome us. Even should he cross the water with the monkeys, victory is therefore undebatably mine. That is undebatably mine. Hearing the rumblings of that bashful lover, Kumbhakarna flew into a rampart of rage and said, on first seeing Sita, the consort of Rama, who is accompanied by Lakshmana, she who was brought here by force, your mind was wholly possessed by her, as the waters of the lake are filled by the Yamuna. O great king, in fact, Yamuna in the beginning, she fills the Yamuna pond and then it overflows and then she continue. This river Yamuna continues to flow and finally reach the sea, ocean, that is Bay of Bengal. But after that, it can never be able to come back to its place of origin. In that way, he is saying, you have already finished the job. You have abjected Sita. You have kept her with you in secrecy. And Rama has found her through some Hanuman. And now their army is already marching towards Lanka. O great king, this conduct is not worthy of you. Though you should have consulted us at outset of this affair. You should have consulted us before. The king who acquits himself of his obligations punctiliously, O ten-faced one, and those mind is concentrated on what he is about, has not to repent later. Those undertakings that are carried out carelessly and against the scriptural law turn out badly like unto impure offerings poured into the sacrificial fire by those who are heedless. To seek to end where one should begin, or to begin where one should conclude, is to ignore what is proper and what is not. Because without thinking what exactly is the right thing, what exactly could be the wrong thing, Ravana had simply ventured into kidnapping Sita and held her in captive. Now that Rama is coming with a large army, he is under the trouble and now he is summoning all the people to help him in his effort to stop Rama. If an adversary examines the defects of one who is unrestrained, he soon discovers his weak points as birds the fissures in the Krauncha mountain. You did make this assault without forethought, and it is fortunate that Rama did not slay you as poisoned food the eater thereof. So, till now, Rama has not killed you, and that itself is a great thing because for the mistake that you have done, that you have objected his wife in his absence, by this time Rama would have killed you. Nevertheless, in spite of that, I shall do my part in this campaign that you do contemplate launching against your enemies. O irreproachable one, I shall destroy your adversaries, O ranger of the night, even as Indra, Vivaswat, Pavaka, Maruta, Kubera, and Varuna themselves, I shall fight against them entering the combat with my enormous body the size of a mountain and my sharp teeth roaring the while and brandishing my immense mace. I shall strike terror into the Purandara himself. Then for your enemy can deliver a second before your enemy can deliver a second blow. I shall drink his blood. Therefore take comfort, for by slaying Dasharatha's son, I shall bring you an auspicious victory. Having destroyed Rama as also Lakshmana, I shall devour all the monkey leaders. Enjoy yourself, therefore, and drink the most excellent of the wines to the extent of your desire without anxiety. Do that, do yourself judge to be the best. When I have dispatched Rama to the region of death, Sita will be at your disposal forever. Thus come to the end chapter 12 of Yuddha Kanda in Ramayana. Thus, in this particular chapter, though Kumbhakarna in the beginning objected for Ravana having never consulted anybody, because before objecting Sita, he didn't even consulted his counselors. Straight away, he went and secretly objected her, and that too using Maricha as a decoy, and thereby cheating on Rama and Lakshmana. And now he is wondering how exactly he can ensure retaining Sita and also destroying Rama and Lakshmana. Yet, in spite of all the mistake that is committed by Ravana, Kumbhakarna is promising him, saying that he will help him to retain Sita forever. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.